And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say.
Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're looking at in this round of reads is going to be your first and last for the month of October. Ooh, let me get that set up right. I think I knocked it down earlier when I bumped into the table. Okay, good. We got it right. Your first and last for the month of October. What are we doing? How do we get it right? And so when we do the first and last, we're looking at, as we move into a new month, new opportunities, new energy, what is coming in, what is going out. That's represented by the aces on top, tens on the bottom, each of the respective element of water, earth, fire, and air. We have the aces, which represent the new, sometimes renewal, depending on the context, what we're becoming open to, what is opening up to us. On the tens, we have culminations, endings, and conclusions, right? What is coming to its form of ultimatum. So as a preamble to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, when we're pushing it back against something that we may not want to hear, the question is, because I like to believe I'm good at what I do, at least most of the time, right? Is that, okay, why am I having this reaction? What about that is sparking this within me? Right? I, as your tarot card reader, would never purposely try to lead you astray. That's not my steez. That's not how I go. Right? I'm trying to help you out as we look at the cards together. So follow along in the read today with me, Capricorn. Your first and last for the month of October. Let's see what the cards say. Show the cards that we need to see, please, for Cap. We're starting with the Ace of Cups over here. And just so you know, if you see my eyes going in and out sometimes, it's because today the sun is out and it is bright, it is shining hard. What do we need to see upon the Ace of Cups of emotional fulfillment for Capricorn in their first and last read in the month of October? And one more. So to that first and last here, we see the following. Upon the Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles. That is an interesting take on that. Okay. How so? Temperance, card of Sagittarius. Okay. And lastly, the Ten of Wands. Okay. Well, somebody's saying they could do it better on their own. What I'm seeing for you right now, Cap, what's giving you fulfillment is this notion of believing genuinely that this is causing, me to feel so dragged down. And I don't know what the situation is just yet. It hasn't been exactly clarified. But whatever this situation is, if it's making me feel like I have no room to breathe, there's too many things getting in my way. Ultimately, I had to be okay with being left behind here. Right. And maybe it's my duty to grapple with that, whatever the situation that's causing me to feel that. But ultimately, I believe I will be better eventually. Temperance, card Sagittarius shows up here. That's more of trusting the process of the universe and how it can heal you back. Right. Kind of different from the hermit who trusts their own logic and wisdom. You're saying that, okay, I'm going to give this up to time and let, time do its magic. Here, I just had to say, if I'm feeling left behind, I gotta get comfortable with that. That is a very bold, individualizing statement right there, right? So how are we gonna do that? And how are we gonna do that properly? Okay, got it. To the Ace of Pentacles. Those cards that we need to see, please, of tangible new opportunity presented upon that Ace of Pentacles in this read. Define the Ace of Pentacles here in this read today. To the Ace of Pentacles, we see Ace of Cups. Okay, so emotional renewal. Well, not emotional renewal, but emotional newness. How so? Nine of Wands, okay. And got it, Four of Cups. Okay. So, and I think it still ties back to the Ace of Cups for you, Cap, of, in new opportunity, I'm going to find my own fulfillment. I'm going to be happy by myself. That requires effort for me to remember what that looks like. Because here, when I try to bite into the happy apple, it tastes kind of bitter, right? That Four of Cups, there is a level of disdain over time because we did have hopes for this. And now, okay, well, this energy got to go somewhere. I might as well be happy on my own. I might as well find what that looks like for me and try to see where we can go with it. Fair enough. Okay. Next. Upon the Ace of Wands. So the cards that we need to see, please, for Capricorn. Looking at this Ace of Wands, what's driving their spirit? Define here the Ace of Wands for Cap. Ace of Wands, show me Five of Wands. Okay. Well, somebody's gearing up for conflict. How so? Queen of Swords. The facts are the facts. Here's what it is. Empress. Whether I regarded you as a counterpart of the highest order or not, I gotta find the best and most free version of me right now. And if that means individuating myself through direct conflict, we got beef. Okay, Cap, I see the approach. I understand it. I don't think you feel that your logic or your effort is being recognized in the way that it should be. But for right now, we are saying, hey, here's where we're at. We're not on good terms where we used to be. So instead of just feeling like I'm abandoned, no, I'm going to take that notion of abandonment and turn it to happiness of my own. And if that means that we got problems with each other, understand, I'm up for that fight. A Capricorn is looking at conflict dead in the face and saying, and what? Okay, I can appreciate the approach because, again, you're trying to find what happiness means for you and kind of disentangling what that meant when you are with this person or with the situation that you're separating yourself from. That's understandable. To the Ace of Swords. Show us cards on the ESC, please. What rests in truth? Truth, thought, and challenge. Show Capricorn the card on the ESC, please, upon that Ace of Swords in this reading. To the Ace of Swords, we hold Three of Pentacles. Okay. So, truth and workable dynamics. How so? Ace of Wands. Okay. Looking back. Okay, the Star, card of Aquarius. So, how do I phrase this? It's not that you don't hold this person in high regard, but we're willing to embrace the truth of what it is right now. And right now, y'all got beef, right? Whoever this person is to you, whatever that means, you're saying, I need space to step away from this for the betterment of both of us. Cool. I get that part. But that Three of Pentacles right there with that Ace of Wands and then the Star coming out. The Star is very significant here, card of Aquarius. That Three of Pentacles starting there says, listen, we're better than this. It may not seem like it right now because we're at each other's throats, we're at each other's necks, but understand we are in fact better than this. And for me to truly believe that also means I gotta call out what's going on right now. I'm not happy here, and neither are you. So my hope is that we get to a better place eventually, but right now, it ain't pretty. And that's what I have to admit right now. In order for me to get to that hope that we can fix it one day, right now, we can't just postulate on what could be. We have to understand where we are. Underneath it all, Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity awaiting, whether that be with or away from each other. So right now I'm looking at Capricorn and saying, hey, with the beef that is, with what's making me go into separation and isolation mode here, I'm doing this with the best of intentions in mind. Now, does that mean that we can't get on better terms one day or we can't find some type of middle ground? Absolutely not. We can work this out. You are open to that idea. But more so, we're saying right now, this ain't it. And we got to be honest with each other in order to be honest with ourselves. Okay, got it. To the Ten of Cups. What of the Ten of Cups of synchronicity and harmony in Capricorn to read today? What of the Ten of Cups in this read? What is just seeming like the perfect timing of right now in this read? Show Cap, they need to see this. To that Ten of Cups, Page of Pentacles, okay. Ace of Wands, very much looking back, how so? The Sun, okay, cool. So going off of what I was saying earlier of separation might be the best thing right now, and that's almost a cold comfort you're pushing yourself through right now, Capricorn. We have the Page of Pentacles, the willingness to try. I gotta shoot that shot. I gotta say, hey, this is not what is meant to be right now. We both gotta accept that. That way we can move on to better standards, okay? The Ace of Wands here, and I think it's tying back to, again, that conflict over here. Things can get better eventually, but I have to engage with what it is right now. I gotta follow me. I gotta do my own thing. And that means individuation from whatever the situation was. But it's also, I gotta find me again. And eventually the Sun does pop out, saying that, okay, ultimately, and I hope you eventually see this, that we did this for the right reason. We had to separate. We had to do whatever we needed to for the right reason. But above all, yeah, I think we both deserve to be happy. I'm not looking at somebody who's just saying, I want mine at any cost to you. That's not what you're saying right now, Cap. I think it's being interpreted that way very much because you're just, very snappy and to the point with it. But it's still going out the same vibe of, we're doing this because this is what we want to do for the betterment of both of each other, mutually and respectfully. I can get that. To the Ten of Pentacles, show the cards that we need to see, please, upon the Ten of Pentacles in this read. So the cards that we need to see, please, upon the Ten of Pentacles in this read. The sun is so bright. It's starting to feel hot in this room, just so you know. Upon that Ten of Pentacles, Four of Cups. Okay. Now we're starting to see how we actually feel, because the Four of Cups are appearing almost in direct alignment on top of each other in the same elemental column. To the Six of Pentacles and Three of Swords. Yeah. If we are to build for long, I'm gonna put that deck down for a second because I think this must be said. The Ten of Pentacles represents a tree of life, right? All experience, past, present, and future, and where we want to go with it, the people that we meet, etc. Was the culmination of our lived experience. Here, the card that came out that struck me the most was the Four of Cups here. If you can see, it's two people sitting on a couch in a dark room, and they don't really seem like they have a lot of zest for life. There's a lot of disappointment in how it is currently. And if we're saying that we want to invest for the long term, that Six of Pentacles, the little everyday things, then it's heartbreaking where you are right now. This isn't how it should be. And I think you come to that conclusion, Cap, even though the words may not have been as accepting in the moment of when the conflict was first acknowledged, is that this is not how we should be with each other. We shouldn't be at each other's throats. We shouldn't be constantly, trying to get one up on each other. That's just not how we should operate. And so from what I'm seeing in the read today is that, yeah, I can't imagine, I don't want a life without you. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is right now, this is not a life that can be buildable with you. It's a brutal and it's an honest truth. And so to say that's where you stand, maybe that's why you're trying to do the separation thing with whoever this person is to you, Cap, because you want better for the both of you. Right now, you're not in a space where either of you are compatible in that way. and you recognize it, I think they're starting to as well, whatever this means to you. But you want to come back even better, do this to the best of your ability. And yeah, the intent is there. But I think that is just not being expressed in the ways that you would want this person to connect to. Fair enough. Upon the Ten of Wands, reveal the Ten of Wands within this read for Capricorn, please. What are the Ten of Wands located here in this read? What are the burdens on our back? By extension, what can guide us? Why do we choose to carry this weight? For Capricorn, we see Eight of Cups. Yeah. Oh, I see where this is going. Seven of Pentacles. Yep, this is making sense. And Five of Wands popping out again right underneath in that fire. So if no one's going to say it, I'm going to say it. If no one's going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I have to walk away. The best thing that we could do for right now, the Seven of Pentacles, accepting all that entails in the process, and therefore it gets a reputation of, well, I mean, dude, it is what it is, right? Doing that Eight of Cups, saying, I'm going to be the one who takes the initiative and say, listen, I'm out. Right? The Five of Wands coming out twice. One, the willingness to engage upon the Ace of Wands. The next, the burden of what that conflict actually entails with your Ten of Wands. Five of Wands coming out twice on top of each other, kind of like the Four of Cups over here on top of each other, spelling out this conflict ain't getting no better. In fact, it's getting worse. Right? So if I'm looked at as the bad guy for calling it out, it doesn't change the fact that the problem still exists. Right? I've reached my breaking point with this. I'm not happy here right now. You're not either. And so I'm willing to take this risk of, no matter the repercussions, we got to call a spade a spade. Cool. And that means I got to leave it alone right now. That might be the healthiest thing I can do for the both of us. Ten of Swords. Reveal the Ten of Swords in this read for Capricorn. What are sharp conclusions and endings? Sharp and sometimes painful truths that we do realize. What are the cards that we need to see, please, upon that Ten of Swords for Capricorn read today? To the Ten of Pentacles. And I'm very much drawing back to over here, Cap, when you said, hey, if this is the life that we said we're going to be building with each other, then this ain't no life at all, right? The Ten of Swords, what we're upset with, the things that we're not dealing with right now is going to haunt us in the future. And so that's what we had to think about, the long term. Four of Swords. And once I'm able to identify this, point this all out, I can finally come to peace with what it means. That doesn't mean I like the situation for what it is, but we also establish, hey, this is also where we are, okay? In Strength, card of Leo, that after we establish all the conflict and say what needs to be said, maybe then we could finally find it within us to fix it and do the right thing. For this, I am not worried. What I'm most worried about is that we keep on pretending that the elephant isn't in the room, but we don't have to, how should I phrase this? You don't have to tell me the elephant's in the room. I just got to look at the ways that somebody would hide an elephant, right? We don't have to pretend we don't have a problem. In fact, we're getting to a point where we have flat out hostility with each other. But more than that, we're saying that, well, how did we get here? What can we do better? What can come with time? Underneath it all, King of Cups, yes. Emotional maturity to balance everything at once and saying, in my most earnest and honest self, from you to your person, whoever this is for you, Capricorn, whatever the situation this is, you're willing to risk a lot here, even if it meant a total ending, just to say, hey, neither of us are happy. None of us are happy here. And if that makes me look bad, then guess what? It is what it is. If that makes me look any type of way, cool, glad, good for you, kid. I'm out. And that's fine. So, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Because, again, you want new opportunity. happier horizons. Maybe with this person's situation, or maybe somewhere else. But at the heart of the matter, you do understand where you're at right now is not where anybody should be. And that's fair enough. Okay, define the major arcana strewn across the table for Capricorn in their read, first and last in the month of October. We start with Temperance, card Sagittarius. Define deeper the major arcana. There we go. Two of Pentacles. That the soul's hope, the furthest idea that we can, in fact, balance this out. Okay? And given the dynamic as it currently stands, Cap, that Two of Pentacles you feel is, well, hold on. I think we're missing the plot here, right? It's gotten so out of hand that we have to address it. And the first thing that I want to do is feel right within me about it. Okay, totally understand that. To the Empress, the Sun. And this is what I was saying earlier. We deal with the conflict as is right now. We do the hard stuff. We say the difficult things. That way we get to happier and brighter places. That Sun has a purpose. We're going to get to that just in a little bit. To the Star, Six of Cups. So why do I even bother? Why do I go through this? Why am I doing this very tough and somewhat unlikable action? Is because I know what you mean to me. We've been there for each other for the longest. And right now, we have to admit, this dynamic ain't working between us. And so the reason I'm engaging with this conflict, no matter how it is making me look or what's being put out there, is at the end of the day, I still value you whether or not you do see that. Cool. The Sun, Nine of Cups. There we go. And in a happier and better space, we can express ourselves on better terms. We can be more emotionally vulnerable, more emotionally endearing. We just have to say, hey, this is where we are right now. And we don't have to hate each other for it. And was there anything else? There was one more. Strength, card of Leo. Nine of Pentacles. There we go. And so, Nine of Pentacles representing autonomy and the keys to our own garden. We're finding within us to let go. We're finding within us to separate, even if temporary, even if for right now, because that is the right thing that we have to do, even if we don't feel the best about it. The strength is within us to find that answer. Cool. Resolution. The real resolution for Capricorn in this read today. What is held in the space of resolution for Capricorn in their read. Because again, I understand it's not that you're separating from whatever person or situation this is because, oh, I hate you, blah, blah, blah. A very frivolous or surface level relationship. In fact, it's the exact opposite. The reason why you're stepping away right now is because I value you in my life. We're both on some BS. It's not looking pretty. And that is just where it's at. But this is not how the two of us should be with each other. And that's the biggest point that you're trying to stress with this person. Show me resolution upon the read today. Ten of Wands, the burden that is carried. And so, going back to your beginning, my emotional fulfillment is dealing with it all right now. That's what we see in this recap. Your resolution, we're going to deal with it all. Queen of Swords, the facts are the facts. This has not changed. It has not wavered. It has not moved. So neither shall I. This is where we draw the line. We set up some boundaries. But right now, we're not on good terms with each other. And maybe one day that will change. I'm also seeing later down the board, later down the line on the board, my apologies, is that you do hopefully, if this person is on the same page as you, intend to reconnect, right? Those elements are very much here. But right now, the best thing that I'm seeing for you, the best judgment call that you're making right now, Kev, we need to go our separate ways. And that's okay. Underneath it all, Seven of Swords, okay? The notion that everything is not as it appears on the surface, but here in this read, saying that, yeah, we can claim that things are all fine and dandy and everything between us is just cool. And on the inside, there's beef. There's some animosity there. And the more we try to pretend it isn't, the more we're just suppressing it. We're doing a pressure cooker on that. We're not addressing the issue. And so what we have in your read today, Capricorn, and again, I don't think this is necessarily tougher in the way that you analyzed it. It's just that the way that you feel that it's coming off is not necessarily being recognized with intentionality, right? I do want to give you credit for that. What we're seeing here is that you're comfortable with, you've come to a point of comfortability with having to let something go. Not because you want to necessarily, but because you feel that you have to. I can totally respect that. These are coming from the right spaces, the right places of saying, we are better than this. So in order to get to what I believe we could be or what we should be, we have to go apart right now. We are not on good terms. And maybe one day when we get our stuff right, we could organize how we feel around this. Maybe then we come back to the drawing board and say what's up. But until that moment happens, yeah, I gotta leave. This is the best thing for me. And ultimately, I hope the best thing for us. That's why I see today in your read today, Cap, new opportunity. Things are not exactly perfect, and being able to emotionally hold all of that. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, if this is your resolve, go do it. I trust in you, okay? See ya.